sales, people in foreclosure, helping them to get out of a bad situation, working with the banks to get the mortgages paid off and be able to help them either walk away with money, all their debt paid, avoiding foreclosure, you name it. Most of the cases we have are success stories. A lot of them are estates. There's people, that have passed away. There's either squatters in the house or the house just became in such disrepair, they're unable to keep up with it. They think all is lost. There's a reverse mortgage on it. They think the bank took the house back and the family has nothing left to do with it. We come along and we say, look, the bank is offering you $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 sometimes. In the boroughs, they'll go up to $100,000 even, in order for them to be able to satisfy the debt, do a short sale, pay off the mortgage, move on with their life. Because the bank knows it's going to take them a long time to foreclose on these houses. And when they do, they're still going to have to deal with clearing the additional liens, getting the people out, and all of that. So they would rather us do the work for them. So it's very beneficial to work alongside an attorney that will help you, a broker, and a team of people that know what to look at when you're assessing a deal and then what needs to be done. So with all that said, once we made contact with the bank, they allowed us to do our own appraisal. So we had an appraiser come here, draw up a whole report. I had a damage report done by an engineer and an inspector to show everything that was wrong with this house, and it was everything. And every time, Anthony and I were going over anything, it was like, it would have just been a lot easier to just level this whole thing instead of, fixing other people's mistakes, because a lot of the stuff they did just did not make sense. So once we closed on the house, I got a copy of the plans from the town, and I noticed the name on the plans was an architect that is a relative of mine. And I had no idea. So I'm like, oh, well, we spend Christmas Eve together. Let me see what he's up to. He had done the plans originally 20 years ago. Obviously, everything changed. We had to scrap them, redo them, do the whole thing over again. That's when we were trying to figure out, okay, what's the best layout here? My husband and I were considering moving here. We're like, this is a much bigger house, this and that. How would we like it? And, it turns out we ended up buying the house across the street instead. So we have that house now too. But we really wanted to make it functional for a family with a modern, lifestyle and layout and everything like that. So like I said, we took that staircase out of the middle that was just going into the bedrooms because that was the original staircase. Yeah. Good job. He got a lot of good ideas. And then the primary suite that was going up that way, a staircase right directly into their primary suite was going into that gigantic room, and it was just too big. So we made a second bedroom out of that. So when we went to go resubmit the